Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Annisa Oktavianti. In this video, I'm going to do a presentation about the result of my analysis of hegemony in the Maypole of Maryland. First one, introduction. Cultural studies. So cultural studies is a study that focuses on many different elements, such as political economy, communication, sociology, social theory, literary theory, cultural anthropology, philosophy, art history, or criticism, etc. Now, the key concept of cultural studies is representation. In cultural studies, all languages that relates to class, power, and ideology have connotative and denotative meaning. Connotative meaning is the literal meaning, and the denotative meaning is another meaning. For instance, giving dolls to girls. The connotative meaning is giving dolls to girls. Meanwhile, the denotative meaning is girls are given dolls because they are feminine, weak, and soft. Theory of Hegemony by Antonio Gramsci. So a little bit of Antonio Gramsci. He is a great intellectual among the left, who is called the great thinker after Karl Marx. Gramsci was born as a lower class on 22 January 1891 on Ailes, Cagliari Province, Sardinia. In 1911, Gramsci, who was 20 years old, got a scholarship in literature faculty at Turin University. On 1937, he died because of cerebral hemorrhage. According to Gramsci, hegemony will produce obedience, an attitude of accepting the situation without questioning it again critically, because the ideology exposed by the hegemonic class is only swallowed up raw. Hegemony, according to Gramsci's notion, is a conscious organization in which submission obtained through the mastery of the ideology of the hegemonic class. Now, summary of the Maypole of Marymount. The Maypole of Marymount is a short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The story is opened by the wedding of Edgar and Edith, who are Marymounters. The Marymounters, who were having a party, suddenly were attacked by the Puritans. Drastic atmosphere changed from joy to gloom. Puritan leader John Endicott cuts down the Maypole. The Puritans then punished the Marymounters by whipping, cutting their ears, and even shot one person. Now let's talk about the discussion. The differences between Marymount and Puritan. So if you have read this story, Marymount is described as joyful people, and they like to feel pleasure. Marymount like to have fun. You can see that in paragraph 19 on the word fall. So in the Middle East, the word fall means fertility god. Can meaning as idol, pure idol, or false god. And the other one is on paragraph 3, and the word is red noses. So red noses is an allusion to rhinophenia, a swelling and redness of the nose that can be caused by excessive drinking. Meanwhile, Puritan is described as a person. They do not like seeing Marymount having fun. Now, you can see that when John Endicott cuts down the Maypole, and when the Puritans punish the Merrymonters. Now, this is when he cuts the Maypole. I forget where this is from, but I will read it first. And with his keen sword, Enicut assaulted the helm of Maypole. How long did it resist his arm? It broke with a dismal sound. It showered leaf and rosebuds upon the remorseless enthusiast, and finally with all its green bulk and ribbons and flowers, symbolic of departed pleasures, down fell the banner staff of Marinot. As it sank, tradition says, evening sky grew darker, and the wood threw forth a more sombre shadows. Now, this is the hegemony analysis. From the previous text, Enicut made his first move by cutting down the Maypole. After that, he told the other Puritans to pardon the Merrymounts because of the sin they had done. This was done because the Merrymounts had great Puritans' religious rules. The Merrymounts had no choice but to surrender to them. This shows the hegemony in the story, the dominance of Puritans. So hegemony takes place when the lower class has accepted and imitate the way of the upper class. Now, it can be seen from this text, the previous text, that the Marymount is the lower class and the Puritans is the upper class. The Marymount has to accept the punishment given from the Puritans. The Puritans clearly has a dominance of the Marymount in the story. Now, finally, we are jumping into the conclusion. Can be concluded from the analysis that there are, in fact, theory of hegemony in this story. Differences of power can be seen through the two parties, Marymount and Puritan. Puritan has dominant power, while Marymount has subdominant power. The Puritans, who are religiously strict, attack the Marymount because of the sin they had done, such as drinking and sex parties. Puritans cut down the pole and punish Marymount. Marymount obey the punishment and give up. These are the references that I used. So thank you so much for watching. I apologize if I have made mistakes during the presentation. So goodbye.